How's it going, everybody? This is the Uncanny Omar, and I am rolling solo today. I didn't think I had enough time to get anybody to join me today, so it's just us. Make it a little more intimate, if we will. Yeah, just you guys and me. So I hope everybody is doing well. Hope everybody's staying healthy and safe out there. Today we are going to be looking at the solicitations for March from Marvel Comics, just the collected editions. So I will be going through those here in a few seconds. We'll let some more people trickle in so we can start getting some questions in here. And if you all want me to slow down, please let me know or zoom in more on the pictures. We're going to be looking at content. We're going to be looking at the covers of the books, and then, of course, the prices. So I've already talked about all these omnis in here. There are some epics in here, not very many, because if one thing that I always like to remind everybody when I do these solicitation videos is these books, even though they're solicited for March, do come out at different times. Like, for example, we have omnis in here that will come out in July. Some will come out in June. So that's something to keep in mind, because some of these books were solicited earlier means that the month of March is already going to get some epic collections. So, and that's the way solicitations have always worked. But I know it still confuses some people, and I know there's a lot of new people to this hobby, so I did want to always bring that up. So, yeah, let me know where everybody's from. I love asking that on Saturdays, but since I'm by myself, I don't have a lovely co-host or any of my online friends. So I figured, yeah, where's everybody from? Let me know. From Turkey. You taught me what sus meant in Turkish, because my wife and I were trying to figure out what sus meant in slang American terms, because my daughters both play Among Us. I'm sure some of y'all probably do too. I have not yet. The adults have not started playing Among Us, which means it's still a cool thing to do, I guess. Start smashing that like button. Shout out to my buddy right there, Triganosis. Always happy to see this guy in the chat. Always happy to see you, brother. Waco, Texas. I've been there for work before. Not Birmingham. You're the third person from Birmingham in the UK. Oregon, España. Yo fui allí casi 2 años. Fui allá y a Francia cuando estaba con mis amigos que viven allá en Estella. Hello from Niagara, Canada. Not Niagara. Is it different? France. I've been there too. Not the whole country, just parts of it. St. Louis representing. We have 3 Hoosiers in the chat already, huh? Ecuador, mi hermano. Yo soy peruano. Viva Peru, carajo. Hi, from the Netherlands. And we have not just Birmingham, UK, but Birmingham, Alabama. You guys should meet. No, like Niagara Falls. Thank you. Vancouver, Portugal. Wow, your Spanish is so good. Are you bilingual? Yeah, although some people might argue with that. I don't know if it's good enough. How about that? It's good enough. Portugal, Italia. I saw Italy in there, and Finland. Oh, that's where you're from, huh? I didn't know that, Oscari. It's a good guy here. I can say Niagara. It's been a long day already. Shut up, Michael. Good to see you in the chat. Is the New Mutants Omnibus worth picking up? In my opinion, absolutely. I was one of the people pushing for that book, so of course I'm going to tell people to pick it up. It is different than Uncanny X-Men at the time. It's different than Excalibur, but well worth it. Well worth it. Omar, teach us some Spanish. Sure. You guys know the word omnibus? Spelled the same word, omnibus. It means bus in Spanish. So there you have it. That's your first word you're learning. Yes, sus is that word that means shut up in Turkish. Okay. It's a little different here. Apparently, according to my daughters, it means suspect. That's what it means when they're playing that. From the Philippines, Alberta. I've been to Alberta as well. That is a very open country. I remember driving there in the middle of the night, and like there were no reflectors on the road, so it was really weird. I'm like, I'm gonna hit a bear or a big giant moose. Buenos dias, Juan de la Ros. Omar, any more news on A Punisher by Rucka Omni? I keep bugging. You're not the only one. There's a lot of people that have been asking me about that one. I, s- I say they have enough content for, and it's got that Chichetto artwork. I would love to see that in omnibus format, as well as his Wolverine run. You put in the Wolverine and Elektra in there, you got a fat book. Dublin. I'm sold on New Mutants. Just need the contents to see. I love the book. My first X title. It's a great title. I mean, as soon as Bill Sienkiewicz joins, it's a game changer. It becomes dark, right? Like this book full of kids that becomes kind of dark. Some of those stories were great. Yeah, Chichetto is amazing. I'm glad that he is still doing. What is he doing now? Daredevil, I think, with Zdarsky. What's up, Scotland? How are you? We need more New Mutants epics. I'm sure those will come. Yeah, those will come. I will not be announcing this book. Alf, you guys are not giving up on that, are you? Bus in French is autobus, which pronounced bus. Let's get this chat trilingual. All right, let's do that, Ben. Do you think Marvel will do a Nick Spencer Spider-Man OHC? It's funny because right now, for old reader, new reader, we're going through Dan Slott's Spider-Man Worldwide, and all of these were collected in hardcover format, with the exception of 3 of the trades. So I'm surprised they haven't yet. So I haven't heard anything. Yep, Zdarsky is definitely coming in OHC format. Is there any news about New Warriors and Fantastic Four Hickman omnibus reprints? Well, the New Warriors reprint is dropping early next year, like January. So, maybe we'll see the sales of that and it'll be enough to get a volume 2. I don't know. Maybe it'll work like Wolverine or Peter David's Hulk. Yes, I just compared New Warriors to Wolverine and Peter David's Hulk. I said that. You can quote me on that. You ordered all 6 of the Berserk. If you've not read Berserk, you're in for a treat. Don't judge it too hard on that first volume, by the way. It doesn't get going until the Golden Age arc. Once you're in the Golden Age arc, and if you're digging it, then that book is for you, and you will thank me. It's wonderful. Hey, Omar. Sorry. What's that? Hey, Omar. Do you think we'll ever get a Dan Slott Silver Surfer reprint? I'm sure that will come one day. Yeah. That I remember that being the first book that I thought, man, that went quick. That book sold out in like 4 months. It was gone in 2, and then they found another stock. I think a dime bit is what happened, and then that second stock went away, so it was gone. Would we have an Amazing Spider-Man by JMS next year? Maybe. I don't know. I haven't heard. But as soon as I do, I will let you wonderful people know. Omar, what did you have for breakfast? Oh, thank you for getting personal. I'm not much of a breakfast eater. I have a protein shake today. Did a little lifting. I had to take my mother-in-law to the hospital. She's fine. She said she was getting a CT scan. So I didn't know what time exactly I could do this. That's another reason why I don't have a co-host today, because I couldn't really plan it. So you guys just get to hear me ramble on and on. Hey, Omar, do you ever feel like moving the shelving around to where you have your omnis in the background of your videos? Maybe we can catch on empty slots or a better idea of what's to come. I mean, yeah, I can move my camera around. I don't know. I really like this. Like it's I don't know. Because I'm not biased towards oversized hardcovers. I just enjoy reading in whatever collected edition format it comes. So what are the books in the new previews? All right, y'all want to get started? I think we got enough people here. Don't forget to hit that like button since we got so many people already watching. And let's go ahead and get started. Please, anybody, it'll be a little harder for me because I'm used to doing this with someone else, but let me know in the comments if these are too small, if you can't see, or if you want me to slow down, or if you want me to go back to anything. Here we go. Let's kick it off with something that I've already talked about. Here, I'll do full screen so you guys can see these properly. Okay. So we have the Predator Omnibus. This is the original years. I got to announce this, I think, last month or the month before that in October. $125. Really dig that direct market cover. And then this is okay. Not gonna lie though, that standard edition cover is badass. And by the way, all of this is possible because David Gabriel and the folks at Marvel sent us this advanced solicitation. This will be available everywhere else in about 2 weeks. So thank you so much to David and all the folks at Marvel. I forgot to mention that earlier because I started asking you all questions. You want me to zoom in a bit? Yeah, I can zoom in. Is that good enough? Is that too big? Let me know. All right. So that's huge. That is huge. But at least you can see the solicits there. I know some of you all like to do a little screen cap. Please, by all means. And I'll have to zoom out a little bit so you can see the full effect of the covers too. So here we have Captain America, and this is the one that I've been getting a lot of questions on is what's this going to cover? Well, it covers everything. So not only do you have the 25 Captain America issues that he wrote, you have the Bitter March miniseries, All New Captain America, Fear Him, the 4-issue miniseries, All New Cap 1 through 6, and Hell Hydra, which a lot of you thought was not going to be collected in here, but here it is. You got amazing artwork by Carlos Pacheco, and of course John Romita Jr., Stuart Eminem, and it's got 2 covers. You got that's awesome. So you have the classic cover here by John Romita Jr. And then the Stuart Eminem cover here with the all-new cap. So it's your choice, whichever you want. Well, I know some of y'all don't have a choice with direct market, sorry. Now, Captain America by Dan Jurgens. 2 covers. Again, I really like that Gene Haw cover, but Jurgens is still the man. So this covers, this takes place, by the way, right after Captain America by Mark Waid. So this takes us all the way from issue 25 through 50, and then annuals 2000 and 2001, and then Captain America, The Legend. So collecting all of that, and again, takes place right after the Mark Waid run. And I will go back on these if you all want me to. Captain America Volume 3. This is I guess this isn't really Silver Age. This is getting into the Bronze Age stuff. So here we go with the contents here. 149 to 192. So taking us all the way to the other omnibus that's being reprinted next year, which is the Jack Kirby omnibus. So that's a big book. I'm very happy for all those people that have been getting this in omnibus format that thought that they had abandoned the omnibus line as far as Silver Age books and Bronze Age books, but they haven't. And as a matter of fact, that is a huge chunk of Captain America that will be available in omnibus format. And it takes us all the way to the Kirby omnibus. So there you have it for all you people that have been asking and wondering. And then Captain America Golden. I feel like this. I mentioned this on the video that it's like a little bit of everything for everybody that's into Captain America. I mean, yes, of course, I want a Mark Grunwald run or a J.M. DeMatteis run collected, but I think those will eventually come. So collecting issues 13 through 24 of the Golden Age Captain America here. So this is it's a big year, 80 years anniversary for Captain America. That's why we're getting all these books. Sir Leonard Nimoy, I don't really have any new Epic news. I'm sorry. I know you came here just to see that. I really don't, but as soon as I get them, I promise I will let you all know on the channel. I have asked, though. I do promise that I did ask. Moving on to the Cosmic Ghost Riders. Some of y'all were wondering, what is this going to collect? How can there be enough material? Well, let's look at the covers here. You have Jeffrey Scott Campbell. That's the standard edition cover. And then the Jeff Shaw cover is the direct market cover. So this is the content. You have what I figured was going to be the Thanos 13 through 18, annual number 1, the Cosmic Ghost Rider miniseries, the Cosmic Ghost Rider Destroys the Marvel History, Guardians of the Galaxy, Avengers 22 and 20 through 25, Revenge of the Cosmic Ghost Rider miniseries, and then material from Thanos Legacy #1. And Wolverine Black and White, and I haven't read that series yet. I need to. So let's keep going here. Savage Sword of Conan, celebrating 50 years of Conan at Marvel Comics. So I'm excited for this stuff. I have become such a huge Conan fan since they started releasing the omnibus formats of these. So this collects issues 61 through 72 of the magazine size Conan. So this is in the comic books. This is the black and white that has a mature rating on it. So keep that in mind when we're looking at these are oversized. And one of the reprints I talked about, Fantastic Four Omnibus Volume 2. So this just reprints Volume 2. This is his third printing and collecting Fantastic Four 31 through 60 and annuals 2 through 4. So Volume 3 will be out in August, so I'm sure that we will see that in the next solicit, and then, of course, Volume 4 as well. And the one that I kept getting the most questions on is what the heck is this going to collect? Star Wars, Knights of the Old Republic, or the Old Republic, Omnibus Volume 1, and here we go. This is a ton of this is a lot of issues. So this collects Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic 1 through 50, Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic War 1 through 5, the Knights of the Old Republic Handbook, which is the cover that they went with for the direct market. That is an awesome cover, the direct market cover. And then material from Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic Rebellion #0. 1,344 pages. It's a big book. This is the biggest Star Wars omnibus for sure. And I'm so happy to see this. But we're getting a giant size X-Men tribute to Len Wein and Dave Cockrum. Gallery edition. So I don't know if a lot of you are familiar with this. So this is a gallery edition. So it's going to be oversized and hardcover. But this they did a tribute to Giant Size 1. This is really cool with a lot of pencilers just stepping in and drawing a page. I know Mark Brooks did one. A lot of these artists shared a lot of the pages that were just redrawn. It's the same script, it's the same story, but it's just retold through different artists' perspective. So you have a lot of brand new artists like R.B. Silva, Aaron Cooter, Mark Cicchetto, which you all know how much I love that guy, and Lionel Francis Yu. And they're literally just taking the same script and drawing it in their art, in their artwork. So this is getting a giant size gallery edition. And Captain America, Volume 13, Marvel Masterworks. Collecting issues 231 through 246 and Marvel Premiere #49. Then we get in, I think this just promotes a new printing of the Morbius Omnibus, which I think some retailers already got it. And speaking of retailers, don't forget to check out our sponsor, cheapgraphicnovels.com, where you can get the books up to 50% off. Now, the book I haven't read yet, and I'm excited to, but Wolverine, Black, White, and Blood is getting a Treasury edition. So these are those oversized books that the X-Men Grand Design, those kind of books. But all 4 issues are included in this oversized format. That is freaking awesome. I've not read a single page of this. That's going to look awesome in that oversized format. Kelly Thompson, I'm assuming this is Captain Marvel Volume 5, The New World, trade paperback. And look at my buddy Vincent. Shout out to Vincent. He's already mapping Star Wars Old Republic Volume 2. That's awesome. So it is Captain Marvel Volume 5. Yeah, my wife really enjoys this book. Oh, this next one I have to show. the corrected cover. So this is the Kieran Gillen Warhammer book. This is a trade paperback, and I didn't know that about him. That I guess I should have known that Kieran Gillen was a big gamer, and he got to write the Warhammer book. So this is the cover. It's on sale for $17.99. There's some parental advisory, but collects all 5 issues of the miniseries. So we can skip the old cover that they were going to use and go to this beautiful piece of art right here, which is Fantastic Four, Volume 7, The Forever Gate. So collecting the Dan Slott, R.B. Silva, and Paco Medina, and Zé Carlos. Issues 25 through 29 of the Fantastic Four, Marvel's first family. Conan the Barbarian is getting another trade paperback. So this collects Songs of the Dead, Free Comic Book Day 2000. So this is the new Conan stuff, not the classic stuff. Island of No Return. And then, what is that? Trophy? Yeah, and then Hyborian Adventures. Now we get a couple of epics here. We have the Marvel 2-in-1. This is a new printing. So this will be reprinted not just in the direct market anymore. Now we know that this book market will also be getting these printings of epics. It used to be a direct market exclusive, but now everybody gets it. So everybody will have a chance to buy these. And then the one that Curtis and I got to announce a few months ago, the Submariner. This is the stuff that has not previously. I don't know. Somebody in the comments down below, have they released this in Masterworks format? But this is Namor, the Submariner, Epic Collection Volume 1. Enter the Submariner. So it collects, looks like some issues of Fantastic Four, as well as Avengers, X-Men, Daredevil, and Strange Tales, and Tales to Astonish. So, what? I don't see an Alpha Omnibus in this. You're not going to see an Alpha Omnibus. It's been canceled. They canceled Alpha. It's a reprint of the 2-in-1 new, or was that previously announced? I thought we had announced it already, but I guess we haven't. And at this moment, I just want to remind you all to smash that like button, please, if you're watching the show. It does help with our YouTube algorithm and helps the show grow. So thank you all. And then the X-Men Avengers Onslaught Volume 3. This wraps up the storyline in trade paperback format. And I know a lot of you all have been asking me, when is Marvel going to reprint this? As of now, I don't know. I don't know. Okay, so Submariner has several. Thank you so much, Just Mason. Has several Marvel Masterworks. Okay, so but it's the first time that we're getting this in epic format, and there are 8. Wow, that's enough to put 2 out a year. No, we do not, Michael. I'm gonna ignore that comment. But this wraps up the Onslaught storyline, and as far as the reprint, I don't know when the reprint of the Omnibus is coming. But there is an anniversary coming out soon. Spider-Girl, the Complete Collection, Volume 3. Happy to see this here. Collecting issues 33 through 50 of this awesome, underrated Tom DeFalco, Ron Frenz, and Pat O'Leaf series. If you've not read this, this is some of the best, some of the best comics out there. I had a lot of fun reading this. And I don't care if it takes place in the M2 universe. It was freaking awesome. And this is a Marvel portfolio. I did a overview of the who was it? Who's the artist? I can't even remember. But anyway, I did a Marvel portfolio overview already on the channel if you want to check that out. So this is Inhyuk Lee. This is his Marvel portfolio. They're just pretty much poster-sized books. They're gorgeous artwork, and his covers are awesome. The Champions is getting another graphic novel. collecting the rest of the series. This is the stuff by Mark Wade and Art Germ. Thank you so much, Marcus. Thank you so much for that. It was Art Germ. So that collects the rest of that series, and then another graphic novel from the Disney rides. I had no idea this was even a thing. Was the Big Thunder Mountain Railroad. And that is it. That is it for the March solicitations. Anything that you all want me to go back to, like solicits, any pages, or any of the omnis that you want me to go over again? I'll be happy to. Let me know. But just quickly, we have Predator solicited, which I've got to announce already. Captain America by Rick Remender. And both of the covers. Captain America by Dan Jurgens. Both of the covers. This one's 125, which that's interesting because Cap by Remender's the same price. I'll have to ask about this one. And Captain America, this Omnibus Volume 3. I guess I can't call it the Silver Age. And yeah, I can go back. Can you go back to Captain America or Captain Marvel Volume 5? Yeah, just give me 1 second. Let's look at these really quick. Captain America: The Golden Age, also 125. And then Cosmic Ghost Rider, which some of you are asking about the double dipping here. So it looks like this is going to double dip with some of the stuff that's collecting in the Donny Cates Cosmic Universe Volume 1. Some of the stuff from the Guardians of the Galaxy OHC Volume 1 by Donny Cates. But some of these have not been collected in like the two other miniseries, the Cosmic Destroys Marvel History and Revenge of the Cosmic Ghost Rider. Those have not been collected in omnibus or oversized format. And material from Thanos Legacy 1 and Wolverine Black, White, and Blood 3. I wonder what that is. Yes. Let me go back, and then I'll promise I will go to the Captain Marvel. This is the Conan right here. It looks like July of 2021. Sword of Conan 61 through 72, and $125. The Fantastic Four Omnibus Volume 2. I know this made some of you all happy that they're bringing this back into print. $125 and collecting issues 31 through 60, and Fantastic Four 2 through 4. And the biggie here, Star Wars Legends: The Old Republic Omnibus Volume 1. And this collects Knights of the Old Republic 1 through 50, as well as Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic 1 through 5, War 1 through 5, the handbook, and the material from Knights of the Old Republic Rebellion 0. $125. Looks like it's going to be on sale July 2021. 1,344 pages. That's a biggie. One I'm very looking forward to is the Giant Size X-Men Tribute book. It's a gallery edition, so this is the size of the Thor and Loki Blood Brothers that I did an overview of, and the size of the Elektra, Daredevil Elektra book that I did an overview of. If you want to go and see the size comparisons, Captain America Masterworks Volume 13. And then more Morbius stuff. Is the Morbius movie still coming on March? Is that right? 2021? I thought they postponed that. And yes, hell yes to this. Oh man. Wolverine Black, White, and Blood Treasury Edition. I cannot wait to. I have the Marvel app, and I was going to get these through Comixology just to read them, but I think I can wait a little bit. It comes out in April. I can wait. Captain Marvel Volume 5, for whoever was asking. Collecting Captain Marvel 22 through 26, $15.99. 112 pages. And that's that. Let's go back to this. There we go. Now, questions, thoughts, comments. Let me know. Let's talk for a little bit. See what you all thought. What are you most excited for out of this? I think somebody. Oh, there's my boy Freddie. I haven't seen that dude in a while. Hope you're doing well, brother. Hope things are going well down there. Hi, Omar. Will you do a video like this for DC? DC sends their stuff a lot different. Let me say this: Marvel does all the heavy lifting. All I have to do is put the video together. DC literally sends me 3 files: the content file, the picture files, and then the page count and price files. And then they send another file, and I have to put it so when you see my videos of that, I literally have to put that video together of the pictures to match up the content. So I can't do that live because that would be a lot more work than doing what I already did. So, and the guy that sends me that information, he lost his job at DC, so I don't even know who's going to send me that info from DC. Sorry if you've answered this. Any idea if Wolverine and the X-Men will be reprinted at some point? Not that I've heard. I know it was voted in our top 10 most wanted reprints. So I will say, keep an eye on the channel. Hopefully that we will be we'll be hearing that. I don't know. There's a lot of reprints, and they're not done yet, right? We're going all the way into September of 2021. They're not done with the year yet. We need more X epics. I'm sure those are coming in the next batch. So torn that the Cosmic Ghost Rider Omni, the Volume 1 label, has me super intrigued about the future of the character. I mean, he did blow up, right? So anything is possible. Thank you for all you do, Omar. I started collecting Omnis a few months ago, and now I need a new Kalax. Welcome to the club, brother. Welcome to the club, Esteban. I have such a great time reading them. Keep doing all you do, and Marvel needs to hire you. Yeah. That's the dream, right? Maybe one day. Captain America, or Captain Britain Omnibus reprint for the love of the Queen. Is that how we get it made? That one snuck into our top 10. That was like number 10, I think, that people wanted. I was surprised to see it on that list. But honestly, with the sales of Excalibur Volume 1, I think we have a pretty good case for reprinting that book. Don't need no cap, but I'm in for Bloody Wolvie. You hurt my wallet, Omar. Can't wait for Wolverine Volume 2 and Age of Apocalypse. Yeah, that's getting reprinted. Restocks of Amazing Spider-Man Omnibus Volume 1 and Cap Silver Age Volume 1. I had no idea Spider-Man Omnibus Volume 1 went out of print a couple of months ago. I just literally found out. And I know we're getting Volume 2 in, when is it, February. So I don't know. I mean, those reprints take a while for them to do, so I don't know if it's on the table for 2021. Honestly, with books like that, I always think of Uncanny X-Men, Amazing Spider-Man, and maybe even Fantastic Four, like those Silver Age books, keeping them evergreen, like always in print. I know that's impossible for a publisher to do, but I think those are just so important to. And, I'm sorry, not X-Men by Stan Lee and Jack Kirby. I meant Uncanny X-Men. Those are so important to the history of comics that I figured, maybe keeping those in print would be good. Did we pass on the restock of Wolverine Volume 1? That is February. Usually with restocks, because it's not a new printing, they'd leave them off of the catalog. The only time they put something on the catalog is if it's a new printing, because it has a different ISBN. That little number on the back, the little barcode, that's why they put it into the catalog. But if it's a restock, which we've seen with Wolverine twice, now it's getting another restock in February. So you all did your job. Thank you for buying it. We got a Volume 2 because of you fine folks. That's the only time they put it into the catalog, if it's being reprinted or there's a new printed. What would be your top 3 most wanted Daredevil omnibus editions? Oh man, what a hell of a question. Daredevil has had some consistent great runs. And Ascenti. I love her run in Daredevil collected in omnibus format. Uh Chichester? Is that how you all told me to pronounce it? DG Chichester? Chichesh? Dang it. I suck. That guy's run I thought was really fun. And then of course Soul, because it has what's his name's artwork, Ron Garney's artwork. How many anthology volumes of Dawn of X is Marvel going to print? As many as they, well, I mean, Dawn is over, right? After X of Swords, it goes into the Reign of X. So I don't know how many are left. I think all that's been solicited, that takes you to X of Swords, and that's it. When will Thor Volume 1 reprint? I don't know. I haven't talked to David about that. He's been busy, so I haven't had a chance to talk to him. And usually end of year for most publishers, it's busy crunch time, so I completely understand why he doesn't have enough time to answer questions. But I can always ask. I know he's brought it up. I think it would be a good book to test the waters to see how well it sells these days. Hi, Omar. Great channel, man. Thank you so much. Any idea if there's a complete collection of Volume 2 for Fraction and La Roca coming out anytime soon? I think that was discontinued. I haven't seen it. I haven't seen anything past the first volume. Michael, quit spreading rumors like that. Sir Leonard. Oh, was Sir Leonard Nimoy asking about Nightwing? Yeah, 8 and then 9 counting year 1. I did, dude. Okay, so Edward, I watched the Disney Plus specials on Brute Force, and I watched the one with Dan Slott. Those are the only 2 that I watched. So, Brute Force, man. We came close, right? We came close to making that happen. How do I read Omnis? In bed, at a table. They're so heavy. So honestly, some people have issues reading Omnis. So you read them wherever you feel most comfortable. If you feel like you need to sit down at a table, by all means, sit down at a table and read them. If you think they're too heavy, then maybe try the Epic route. There are other formats available in collected edition. You don't have to stick to just Omnis. But hopefully, we'll see. No more Fraction La Roca Iron Man. I don't know. I like I said, I haven't seen it in the catalog. I mean, they could surprise me. They have surprised me before with books that I thought were forgotten. Like, what is it? Avengers Academy Volume 2 came out, what, 3 years ago? 2 years ago, maybe? And then Volume 3 just got solicited. So that's coming soon. Do you know when to expect the Incredible Hulk Volume 2 restock in Europe? Most of us in Europe buy from the UK, and it never arrived there. I don't know, but I know that it's happening. So hopefully soon. Yeah, that's another one that's left there. X-Men by Peter Milligan, Volume 1. And what was the other one? Ecstatics, right? Ecstatics got a Volume 1. I guess sometimes these things happen. So, Infinity Gauntlet, Infinity War, what makes the best trilogy? What should be the third book? Oh, Infinity Crusade is the actual trilogy. And then after that, the other trilogy is what? Infinity Abyss, Marvel The End, and then Thanos Redemption. That's the next trilogy, which would be awesome if they collected in omnibus format. And they can just call it the Annihilation Prologue. What do I need to read before Captain America by Remender? Well, if you're reading in chronological order, the books that lead to Remender's arc is what's his name? Brubaker. However, you don't really need to read it because you kind of already have an understanding of who Captain America is, and Remender does something to the character that changes things. So, how long do you think it will take for the New Mutants Omnibus to go out of stock? That is the question. That's the one that I think, that's how I'm gauging exactly where this hobby is going, because that book was the first book that this comic book stores and places like In Stock Trades and Cheap Graphic Novels and Tales of Wonder that was the book that they knew how many people were getting into the hobby, and the final cutoff date was afterwards, right? So after the pandemic. So a lot of the short, like, we have a big shortage of books because it happened before the pandemic. Like a lot of these places, the final cutoff date was way back in March, right before we knew things were going to shut down, and then it started a domino effect of like, holy crap, we don't have enough books in print. So that New Mutants is going to test the waters to see where this hobby really is. If New Mutants sells out in 24 hours, holy crap, we need to rethink our game plan here, because I mean I'm hopeful that it stays on sale for a week. And Edward is saying both Excalibur Omnis are still in stock, so that's good, right? So I think if we're going back to normal, then they should stay in stock for months, right? That's the plan, to keep people buying this. Like, you can't afford something, especially during Christmas time. You want to go back and buy it like after you get Christmas money, or you want to go back and buy it sometime next year. That's the plan. That's what happens. These books should remain in stock. So hopefully with New Mutants, it will be. I'm hoping for a Marvel What If omnibus someday. I'm sure we'll get that someday, man. Why Marvel is having such inventory issues, but DC don't have such, but new OHC. Okay, but DC don't. I can answer that. That's a pretty easy question I get a lot, and it's just me being honest. Uh, that Marvel products seem to, um, in the community, people have a lot more faith in a Marvel product than a DC product. Meaning that if Marvel releases a volume 1 of an omnibus, more than likely there's going to be a volume 2 released. If DC releases an omnibus, sometimes they get canceled. And then sometimes they just forget that they released an omnibus, and we never get a volume 2, or have to wait years. The reason that Marvel outsells DC is because people have a lot more faith in there. I mean, I always use the example of the Marvel Horror Omnibus outselling Batman by Scott Snyder Volume 1. Batman by Scott Snyder Volume 1. Scott Snyder, like, probably the best Batman writer, according to a lot of people, in the last 10 years. And his omnibus was outsold by the Marvel Horror Omnibus. So that tells you, that says a lot. That says a lot about the faith in the company, and then, what people flock to. So, Portugal. It's that's the question. Is No Man Land still coming? I don't know. I don't know, Adam. I hope so. And there's gonna be, and there has to be at least 2 omnis of No Man's Land for them to collect the whole thing. Scott Snyder overrated. But for me, my answer is always James Tynion in the last 10 years. Well, like a lot of people are like, oh, Tom King. No, Scott Snyder. I'm always the Tynion fan. I love Tynion's work on there. Hey, Omar, will Realm of Kings Omni be reprinted? Well, we just got confirmation that Annihilation Conquest is being reprinted. Whenever we do the poll, I share that information with Marvel, and then they decide what they want to reprint. But I haven't seen word of that one. Honestly, War of Kings I thought was out of print, not Realm. And I'm sure War of Kings. Okay, so War of Kings, I'm sure will be voted on the next poll, because you all voted for Annihilation Conquest, and it's getting a new printing. So hopefully we keep the poll going, and they keep looking at it. And if you guys want War of the Kings, don't forget to vote for that. When can we expect an advanced overview of the X of Swords hardcover? The hardcover I think comes out in March, right? So maybe in January sometime, if I get it. If not, I'm going to be going over the detailed information of X of Swords sometime on the channel this month. How come no Punisher epics for about a year now? Same reason why a lot of how do I explain this? Too many epics, too many lines, right? That's part of the problem. You're a fan of Punisher, right? But in order to keep Punisher publishing, like, they have to sell enough. So if a book comes along like, oh, I don't know, Venom, and it outsells Punisher by like 10 to 1, as a publisher, as a company that wants to make money, then you're probably going to make a Venom Epic Collection Volume 2 first before a Punisher Epic Collection. That's just the way that's how this works, right? There's a lot of Epic collections that haven't been getting a lot of love because there's some newer lines that are being made. So I know it's not the answer you want to hear, but that's the God honest truth. In order to get more Punisher books, they have to sell. And if you look, I mean, there's a couple that are out of print, but thank you so much for the super chat. Good way list to read all modern age in order. Are you talking about the like Marvel or DC modern age? Is that what you mean? Marvel, just start with Fantastic Four. Start with Fantastic Four Volume 1 because that leads into everything else in the Marvel universe, right? That leads you into the way of other characters, Spider-Man, then eventually Thor, Captain America, the Avengers, all these other books you'll eventually be. I mean, that's where everything started. Who I gotta get to get a Silver Age Doctor Strange Volume 2? The right people, man. And yes, there's X-Men epics, but at least X-Men, we're getting 2 a year. Spider-Man, we get 2 a year. Those sell. But like the Punisher, that's one that when it started, we got 2 right off the bat in the same year. Omar, is there a decent chance we'll see more FF reprints in 2021? Need That Burn Volume 2 and Hickman. Being that it's the anniversary, I have high hopes. I mean, they have my list. They know the list, but it's also, up to them to do it. Like we can just tell them what's out of print and what the most wanted omnibus. Like the last time I did a poll, the most wanted omnibus reprint that you all wanted is the Fantastic Four by John. Actually, it was Inferno, and then it was Fantastic Four by Jonathan Hickman. So I mean, there's a big chance we still have a few months left in 2021, but I don't know. I don't know. I don't know if they want to sell the complete collections first and then go back to the omnibus. I really don't know. I haven't heard anything yet. Oh goodness, this is such a my wife asked me this the other day. How much do you read in a day? A lot. And how do you decide what to read? Well, I started a show on the channel 2 years ago, a segment called Old Reader, New Reader, where, well, it started off as me, and now it's the ladies that join me we pick out books to read, and then we review them live on the channel Tuesdays at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. That's my biggest reason for starting that show is I wanted an excuse to try to get some of these books off the shelves and start reading them. And if I had 2 wonderful co-hosts that read them along with me for the first time and me rereading these stories, then that would be a good idea. As far as how many hours, it really depends. Sometimes I'm in a reading mood and it's like 4 hours nonstop. And it's usually late at night when I do it, like when my family's asleep. Ain't nobody going to be asking me questions or interrupting my readathons. And how I decide to read, like right now I'm going through X of Swords. I'm almost done with that. But for Old Reader, New Reader, we're reading the Dan Slott run of Spider-Man, the worldwide era. But then I take breaks because then I started reading Fourth World again, and then some manga. What epic lines do you think will get completed first? Captain Marvel? Is that cheating? She only had 2. Man, I hope the ones they started with, but they're also some of the longest running Marvel titles, right? You have Thor, Iron Man. What were the first 4? Thor, Iron Man, Avengers, and it wasn't Thor, Iron Man. Was it Captain America? I know they started with 4 and then they expanded to 6 and added Amazing Spider-Man and Fantastic Four. But I'm thinking Thor, Cap, or maybe even Cap, or Iron Man, one of those. Trying to prep for Old Reader, New Reader. How far back into Dan Slott's run do I need to prep? We just kick it off with Worldwide 1 and take us all the way through the clone conspiracy, all those stories. Hey, Omar, what do you think the best Deadpool Omni is? My personal opinion has always been the Cable and Deadpool Omnibus, which is Deadpool and Cable is what it's called, but the series was called Cable and Deadpool. That is by far the best to me. I think most people would probably say the Joe Kelly run on Deadpool. That's their Deadpool that they grew up with, but for me, the voice of Deadpool has always been Fabian Nicieza. Should I pick up the Iron Man epic by Byrne and JRJR? It looks very cool and interesting. Yeah, you pick up any book you want, man. Read it. Enjoy it. Enjoy all these stories, man, that are reprinted in collected edition. What's up, my brother? What's going on, Adam Deliso? Hope you're doing well. With writers not staying on books for very long, do you think the future would be the author omnibus of multiple characters? I hope not. I'm not a big fan of those uh, those creator-centric books. I've never really been a big fan of those, but I hope not. I like things in chronological order, no matter who's writing them. But that's just me. With more comics printed every month, is there an actually an official completed point for the epic lines? At one point, I know I just borrowed your word. At one time, we were supposed to stop. There was a certain point where they stop, right? Like Fantastic Four, for example, right before the Onslaught saga. That's the last one. What is that? 21, I think. Fantastic Four, The Strange Days. Onslaught happens, Heroes Reborn, and then we have the Heroes Return complete collection. So I'm thinking volume 21 of Fantastic Four will be the last one of the epic line for them. Al Ewing, Avengers Omnibus. Dude, everything Al Ewing. That dude has blown up. So everything Al Ewing would be really good in omnibus format. I agree. What is the purpose of the Marvel website? So you can check out things? I don't know. Good question. Can we get some love for oversized Bill Mantlo Spider-Man? I love the Black Cat Doc Ock story. I'm going to stop you there and just say, can we get some love for oversized Bill Mantlo? I have already mapped out his Alpha Flight. His run on Hulk would be phenomenal. I know it's not going to happen, but ROM would be nice. But I get it. There's copyright stuff there. The FF Volume 2 reminds me to ask, will Marvel restock FF Volume 1, the new printing? Excited for Knights of the Old Republic. Is FF Volume 1 out of print already? Good lord, that was fast. I know it was in print when I announced it, because I even told people, don't forget to go out and get it. Dude, Gillen gets no love, period. Right? In oversized format, in proper collected edition. Like, I'm with you. Iron Man by Gillen gets no love. I hope one day they do that, because, I mean, we're getting Dan Slott's Superior Spider-Man. Or, I mean, Superior... Oops, I swear I'm not announcing Superior Spider-Man. The Iron Man story. We're getting Dan Slott's Iron Man in omnibus format. I'm hoping that they do the Kieran Gillen run, as well as the Thor. There's all these little things that Kieran Gillen did. X-Men. His X-Men run is so underrated. Do you think there will be an Ironheart or Miles by Ahmed Omnis soon? I don't know. Miles by Solid Ahmed, probably not for a while. We're still like on the third trade paperback, so that might be a while. Ironheart, is there enough material? I mean, with the Bendis stuff, which I was not a big fan of, but I love. If you all have not read Eve Ewing's Ironheart, it is freaking awesome. It reminds me a lot of the Spider-Girl storylines. No, I know, dude. Trigonosis, hear me out though. I'm not a fan of Ironheart either. At first, because I wasn't a fan of the run on Bendis's take on her, even though he created the character. But Eve Ewing, dude, there's ties to New Warriors in there, man. Midnight's Fire, baby, you gotta check it out. I am not hyping it up. I'm serious. I'm not gonna lie. It was suggested by Maddie, and I biggest eye roll. I was like, I do not want to read freaking Ironheart. But I read that first volume, and I was like, oh, this is pretty good. Second volume, I'm like, oh my god, there's gotta be more. This is freaking awesome. And there isn't. But I'm not lying, dude. I know you're a New Warriors fan. You should check it out. Just saying. Do I also read books other than comic books? Not anymore, man. No. I don't have the time. I wish I did. And I have been reading the Champions, yeah. See? Right, I got you. Midnight's Fire, right? You know what's up. You better go read it now, and you'll thank me later, and then you're gonna be upset when you find out there's no volume 3. What do I think about Marvels by Kurt Busiek and Alex Ross? Well, it's in my top 10 graphic novels of all time. So I think very highly of that book. I think it's wonderful, and I love every version that's out. I think my favorite one is the new. Oh my gosh, has it been 25 years? 25th anniversary one, because it collects the other Marvels storyline that they did afterwards, well after the fact. So it's awesome, man. Omar, do you think Marvel will reprint the Masters of Kung Fu and Deadly Hands of Kung Fu omnibus series once more in anticipation for the Shang-Chi and Legend of the Ten Rings? That's a really weird. That's one I don't know much about, because anytime there's IPs out there that do not belong to Marvel, or they have certain contracts for a certain amount of time. I don't know. I know at one time we were told that they're only going to have one printing and that's it. So I don't think we will. I mean, look at what is it? Issue 16 of What If cannot be reprinted just in that book because it's not in the What If complete collections, and that's the one with Fu Manchu. So if they can't reprint it, I don't know. I really don't think so, but I will find out. A Marvel's Omni one day. Well, I mean, it's an OHC, right? There's only 5 books. Well, I guess 6 if you can include issue 0. But I don't think there's enough material to make it a full blown omnibus. Is Heart of Dark? Omar, do you think there was a chance for a Daredevil Heart of Darkness Epic Collection reprint soonish? Heart of Darkness was done by Quad Pro, right? So it had a bad cover on it, I think. Anything is possible. There is a ton of Epic collections. Every year I like to do the books that are out of print from Marvel, from DC, and then Epic collections that are out of print. This year, it is hard to keep up with what's out of print. I'll say that much. Like, it's even in the Epic collection, there's so much. And then Omnis are hard because the books that are coming out immediately go out of print or back ordered through Diamond, and that usually leads to out of print, but there's no way of telling. Now that Marvel will do some restocks. I mean, we know there's restocks coming of like Ben Omnibus and Wolverine, Ben Riley Volume 2. And I'm sure they're going to restock War of the Realms. I just don't have a date for that. I like your thinking. With Excalibur, New Mutants, and X Factor Omnibus, it looks like Generation X is next. What about Extreme X-Men? Don't you want to see Extreme X-Men too? Or X-Man? I like an X-Man. Your library tour was awesome. Very jealous. If you had to sell everything, what would your last book sold? Uncanny X-Men Volume 1. That's the one that's signed by some people that are no longer with us, and it means the world to me. So that's the one that I may keep if I had to sell everything, hypothetically speaking. Yeah, my Peter David Hulk Omnibus Volume 2 still hasn't shipped, and you're in Europe. I think most people from Europe have been asking me where that is and when can we expect it. I don't know. I really don't know. Marvel asking what's out of print. Market, yes. How about this? Like, pretty much everything that has come after Diamond closed down is almost out of print, except for, like you mentioned, Excalibur. There's a couple of other volumes that aren't. Now let's see. Is even saying X-Men politically correct these? I ain't going down that rabbit hole. That's bait. It's always X-Men. Imagine if X-Men 2099 was the first 2099 omnibus. Dude, I want that omnibus before 2099 so I can appreciate it when I still got my eyes. Why is every Epic collection going out of print? This is a good question, and that has to do with the growth of the hobby. You know, you have the one of my biggest pushes for the channel was always to make sure people are aware of these other formats other than the omnibus. Yes, omnibus is top tier, amazing, you know, wonderful. I love them. You all know I do. But if you want to follow these stories in collected editions, there's other ways of getting them. And of course, that is the epic route is the best way to do it. As a matter of fact, the epics have more content sometimes than the omnibus. No letter pages though. Joe Cool, yeah, that's one that kind of dropped off the. He's asking about the Master Kung Fu Epic Volume 3. I haven't seen it in the catalog again. If any other Claremont run deserves an omnibus, let's get Extreme X-Men before Reload. Well, in chronological order, of course, yes, yes, because that literally, I mean that happens after X-Men Revolution. You can go and read that Extreme X-Men and Eve of Destruction. Yeah, I hope they. You all know I love the format. Hey Omar, I've decided to finally collect Iron Man and Epic collections, but can you tell me why Marvel are releasing those epics not in chronological order? Yeah. Actually I did a video about this on my channel last year maybe. What is the Marvel Epic collection? So the reason they decided to do that, like I think the very first one was volume 15 of Iron Man. That was the very first Epic collection. That's actually that's right behind me, I think. Isn't it? Somewhere over here. So Iron Man, what was it? The Enemy Within. This one here. This is the first Epic collection that was released. This is volume 10. So they decided to go with this because they had just done an omnibus with John Romita Jr. and David Michelinie and what's his name? Bob. Not was Dennis O'Neill. Anyway, Haney, that was it. So they decided to go with this because this is not collected in that omnibus. And they knew some people that wanted to keep reading would probably want to get this. And then they decided to go back to the volume 1 and then come back to this era and going back and forth. That's Bob Layton. Thank you so much, Bob Layton. Thank you, Keith. So they decided not to do it in chronological for two reasons. Chronological order for two reasons. Number one, they put the numbers in the back, not on the spine, the back, because I'm sure everybody knows by now that's been watching my channel, books don't sell enough if they're a volume 4 and 5 of something. They don't sell as much as a volume 1. But if you leave the number out of it, they sell better. I don't know what it is. It's just with everything, not just this, not this hobby, but everything, books in general. So they decided to do that, to focus on stories or certain arcs and then go back and forth. So it's not so you don't get burned out on just Silver Age stuff. You come back to Modern Age stuff. And it's been working because they sell. I mean, there's completists like me that want all of it in chronological order, but then there are people that are like, I don't want to get Iron Man Silver Age. I just want the Modern Age stuff. So that's the big secret. Y'all got me falling in love with Berserk. Need to order volume 6. Does Puck get less annoying? No. And there's another character that joins, Isidro, who you may find just as annoying. Do a review on Docs. Okay, I can. I've read it all. I can get Astonishing X-Men on Amazon for 14% off. Should I get it or wait for further discount? Nelson, buddy, you're asking. I don't know. I don't think that book is due for another restock. So whatever Diamond had, it's gone. Same as Uncanny X-Force. If you can get it somewhere, get it. I think Astonishing might be gone. Omar, what is your favorite X-Men comic? I'm starting in the world of comics. I would love to know your opinion. Thank you. God Loves, Man Kills. It will be part of the Uncanny X-Men Omnibus Volume 3 that is reprinted this month. I believe it's still this month, towards the end of the month. One of my favorite sweets, Reese's Peanut Butter Cups and Reese's Pieces. Didn't think I'd answer, did you? but I did, and I was ready. So Nelson, go get that Astonishing X-Men, dude. I don't want that thing to go out of print, and then you sit 3 months later going, "Dang it, I should have bought that." Thoughts of X's Sword so far, dude. I'm on chapter 17, so I think it's 22 chapters, right? It took a big dip in the middle, but actually, it's pretty interesting now. So I will hold my opinion until I read the entire thing. When's the next Dread overview? Probably a couple of weeks from now. I am currently. Oh, see, that's another thing I'm reading. I forgot. I'm on Judge Dredd Volume 9. So the case files, which I've been having a lot of fun doing. Hey Omar, why not do a video with books which are going to go out of stock? Will be a mess. Because if I had mental powers like that, man, I'd be playing the stock market. I really don't know what's going to go out of stock. All I have access to is, I can check Diamond, and then sometimes I can get somebody wonderful people that watch my channel check Diamond for me, check the Hachette, check Penguin Random House, and all I see is, holy crap, this book is gone, and it's back ordered. So I really don't know. Like, one of the things I don't want to do is turn this channel into a speculating channel, right? There's plenty of other comic book channels that do that. Like, your ass better go buy this now. I don't want to do that, because the last thing I want to tell people is to go and buy something, especially if you don't have the money to do it. I don't want to drive FOMO into people, even though I can't help it but do sometimes. But I'm just being honest when I say things are gone out of print. If you see this book, you may want to buy it. Just like I told Nelson, you may want to get Astonishing X-Men, because I think it's gone from Diamond. Print on demand would not work with publishers. So Keith is asking, too bad there isn't a print on demand option for the collected editions. The book market would destroy that idea. As soon as you say print on demand, the book market would say nope. And you don't want to lose the book market. Omar, what's the earliest good jumping on point? I really think that Omnibus I was talking about with Bob Layton, thank you so much, and David Michelini, John Romita Jr., that run was solid. It's probably one of the best runs on Iron Man. I really enjoyed it. Once the Immortal Hulk run ends, can we expect an omnibus? I'm sure, yeah. That run, that's a solid run, and I'm sure we will get an omnibus. Print on demand is way worse quality, not an ideal option. So Vince knows, he works for Dynamite. Dynamite! I don't know if he likes when I say it like that. Then go around the book market, but then that leaves just the direct market, right? And do we want to do that? I mean, then you're limiting you're definitely limiting your income. There are a lot of people. I mean, I don't know where you live, Simeon, but there are a lot of my viewers that can only get books through the direct market the book market that live overseas. So then you're completely cutting them off, right? Unless they can find somebody here that is willing to ship them. And if anybody has ever shipped books overseas, holy crap, it's not cheap. Just saying that. I don't know where you live, but there are some places, some of my viewers, they cannot get direct market stuff. All they have is the book market. And I don't want to cut anybody off like that. Like, it's 358 people watching and only 245 likes. What's up with that? Yeah, what is up with that? Thank you so much. Love you guys for reminding people. Thank you. You do my job for me. Did you read the JLI Omni? Dude, I've read those original stories when they came out, as they were coming out. I'm a big fan of that stuff. So hopefully we'll get a volume 3. Knock on wood. So, is the direct market comic store? Sorry, I say these things sometimes not knowing. Some of you all are new to this. Yeah, the direct market is your local comic book shop or places online like Cheap Graphic Novels, Tales of Wonder, In Stock Trades, DCBS. Those places are the direct market. Book market is, of course, places like Amazon and Barnes & Noble. Would you please make a video on the Superman reading order? Okay. How about this? In March, our Patreons vote for what the next reading order should be. In March, I'm going to leave it up to them to decide between an updated X-Men reading order or a Superman reading order, because both of those are going to take me 2 months to do, just because there's so much. So I will leave it up to them. But at least you'll get one. Busick's run's pretty good. The one with Sean Chen. Yeah, it's pretty good. It was pretty fun. I prefer his Avengers outshined everything that was happening at the time, but it was pretty good. We got shipping now. I've done my list of out of print X-Men omnibus. See? My man, Marvel Bab. Omar, Robin reading order. If so, how would you do it since there are so many Robins? I would have to cut out Dick Grayson, right? I couldn't do Nightwing because I've already done a Nightwing reading order. But in order to talk about year one, I have to mention the Dick Grayson. So yeah, that's things I think about. But I could do it. I could do it. I'm from France and I have never seen a comic book shop. It's kind of like a Yeti for me. I'm sorry. Comic book stores for me have been a part of my life since I was a kid. So yeah. So we can't cut people off like you. Okay, hear me out. Let's see what engineer is saying. Print on demand, but only for books that are out of print, and you need a Marvel Insider account to buy them. But then you're buying them. That disc. I mean, I hear what you're saying, but you also realize you're going to be paying retail price. There's no way. I mean, unless you get like, I don't know, they can start a Marvel fan club thing. You get 5-10% off, but you're going to be paying retail price. Just telling you how that works. I know because I bought Silverhawks print on demand DVD volume 2 and it was $40 and I think I paid like 10 for volume 1. I was so mad, but I knew there was no other way to do it. Superman reading order is kind of sad because DC. Yes, dude. Can we talk about some of the like Blue Lightning Superman? One trade paperback of that, and then when they re-released it with more content, you had high hopes they were going to keep going. They didn't. Yeah, DC's been breaking my heart for many years. Triangle years is the best way to start, baby. I love the Triangle years. I've read some of. Oh, sorry, hey Omar, have you read that Hunter x Hunter? It's one of my favorite manga. I'm waiting. I used to have all the Viz editions, so I'm waiting for the new hardcover editions that are coming out. I think early next year from Kodansha. So I'll probably go that way. I came up with a good strategy for new ongoing series where I buy the first trade, and if I like it, catch up in singles. My man. Blue Lightning Soups was dope in Burns Wonder Woman. He was okay. I'm not a big fan of Blue Lightning Superman. I'm just saying, as a completist, I want to read those stories too. And if you're giving me one trade collecting 10 issues and he has about a year and a half worth of stories, I am missing so much of that. What's up, Bavarian? Rewinding the beginning. I'll catch you on the flippity flip. Yep. We're getting a Batwing omnibus. Yep. That is a real thing. Now, I can't really judge it because I've only read the first issue and I thought it was okay. I mean, it could be one of the greatest comics I'm missing out on. Interesting that they went that route. But okay. Jesse Hunter. Oh God, so much hiatus. Now you know I'm a Berserk fan, and I was on that damn boat for a decade. I think I'll be okay. But his hiatus comes from him being sick, right? Like his back injury that he has. What are the Triangle years? So the Triangle years were started after Man of Steel, the post-Crisis on Infinite Earths, when John Byrne came back. And then when they added other series like Adventures of Superman or Action Comics and then Man of Steel, they started a triangle every month where you could read, like, up at the top, you know, you had the price up here, the little character faces, and then the triangle would be somewhere on the cover. And it would be like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, whatever, right? So Action Comics would be like 3. And then if you want to read where Superman goes next, you go to 4, and that could be an issue of Adventure Comics or an issue of Man of Steel. That's what the Triangle years were. DC was actually trying to think ahead and think, oh, maybe people want to collect all Superman books. Let's make it easier for them of putting a number on these little triangles, and they can follow along every year or every month. That's what that is. I haven't had much of a chance to check out new TV shows, and I am definitely not going to admit that I just recently watched something. I don't care. We're all friends. I watched this show called Virgin River, like back to back. Don't judge me. I don't know. I was in a weird mood this weekend, and I binged that 20-episode show in like 2 days. I haven't seen The Boys season 2, and I watched that. Do not judge me. As a matter of fact, I'm going to go back and edit this and take that out. I don't want anybody's opinion of me dropped. I'm actually really interested in that Dan Jurgens Superman collection, Post Death and Return. It's a solid read, man. It is a solid read. And I'm actually surprised that not a lot of it has been reprinted. That's why I'm hoping with this Man of Steel, they'll continue that all the way up until Exile, Superman Exile, and then Death and Rebirth. So, yes, I realize it's absolute garbage. Don't judge me. And I have seen one episode of The Mandalorian season 2. I need to catch up. That's the other show. I don't know why the hell I was watching that. I was in a weird mood, man. It got me. Triangle Years thing sounds ahead of its time. Now we have Dawn of X books that collect every X-Men book. Right. And if they were doing collections like that, then that's what they would be doing for Man of Steel and Superman. They would have been doing collections like that. I'm actually only interested in Batwing because I like the story set in place other than North America, which is cool, but there's a lot of it. I also watch Virgin. Yes, right? We don't admit it, but I still did. My wife made fun of me. She was like, this is so soap opera-ish. What is wrong with you? And I'm like, I don't know. I'm in a weird state of mind. I haven't seen Raised by Wolves yet, and I need to. I did. I finished out Lovecraft Country, and with an E, sadly, because that ended with season 3. That's my little girl and I watch that. We watched Full Metal Alchemist, the original, not Brotherhood, because I like to make my kids appreciate the good things in life. So we'll be watching Brotherhood later. There was another TV series I watched recently. What was it? It was right before The Boys. I rewatched Cobra Kai because I love that stuff. I know I haven't finished The Boys 2, but I did finish Virgin River. I haven't seen the. Oh no, that's the other one. Thank you so much. Queen's Gambit. That's the one that I did watch. Yeah, and it took place in Kentucky. I had no idea going in. For some reason, I thought it was a British show, maybe because of the word Queen. Right? Yeah. No, it takes place in Kentucky. Injustice: Gods Among Us Omnibus Volume 2 review. When does that come out? Next week? I'll see if I can get a copy. I have to buy my DC books because my DC contacts are gone, but I try to get them a little bit earlier. So, Stranger Things, I like season 1 of Stranger Things. I'm not gonna lie, but seasons 2 and 3 just, I don't know. And that's the other show I need to catch up on. Thank you, Doom Patrol season 2. I watched 1 episode of that. You also thought it was a British show, right? The Queen's Gambit. Me too, man. It's not. It's based here. Oh, I love Arrested Development. Well, seasons 1, 2, and 3. Mr. F. Oh, and Tobias and Job. Oh, that show was awesome, man. I love Arrested. I don't think I've even seen season 5 because season 4 was just not. My wife wants to watch Virgin River. Is it good? No, God, no. Don't watch it. It's horrible. I realize it's trash, but we all need days like that. That's it. The main actress looks British. She's the girl that played Magic, right? She's really cute. She was also in those M. Night Shyamalan movies, Split. Right? Am I thinking of the right girl? All right, Omar, I got to head out so I can do some schoolwork. See you. Y'all be good. Actually, I need to start heading out. And Saved by the Bell just started airing. Yeah, don't tell your girl to watch it. Do not watch it with her, man, unless you're like drinking or something. Anna Taylor-Joy, that's her name. Man, she's a real cutie. I like her. And I'm all caught up on Rick and Morty now. And she was in The Witch. Yep, she was in that. Oh, Sunny. Always Sunny. I can't believe that show is still coming out. Shonda Sook, my DC brother. I somehow find myself in a Marvel video. You know what brings you here, baby. I know what brings you here. It's that Captain America omnibus. You're denying yourself. No better comic book show than Daredevil. Yes, 100%. I saw a petition recently where they're trying to keep that show going now that Marvel has the rights back. So, I guess we'll see. Omar, what can we do to get that Silver Age omnibus train going? Well, when those Fantastic Four books are a good sign, I'm sure they will sell. Whatever the next big Silver Age, if David does decide to print a Thor Volume 1 omnibus, then tell your family, tell your friends, buy it up if you all want more, because that's how they test the waters. If a reprint, however, is quiet and nobody's buying it, more than likely we're not going to get any more for a while. I mean, they'll do other series, right? But we're not going to get a volume 2 or 3 reprint of Mighty Thor, or probably a reprint of Incredible Hulk. So, oh yeah, rewatching Daredevil, that freaking hallway fight in season 1. I don't think I've ever seen better television. I mean, yeah, I've seen better drama, like The Wire, right? The Wire is still one of my favorite shows, but that fight scene, dude, that's like Old Boy. I don't know if y'all have seen Old Boy, the original Old Boy, not the remake. I haven't seen the remakes. I don't know if it's any good, but that is just as good. Oh, so good. I watched a movie with Virgin and River in the title. Thanks, Oversized, for not letting me feel alone. One take shot, dude. Flipping insane. I can't find Daredevil Frank Miller Omnibus anywhere. Please, is it out of print again? Damn, y'all work fast. Vince, I haven't seen the Old Boy remake. I have a thing about remakes, unless it's like Magnificent Seven, things like that. I haven't watched any of the Disney remakes unless Amanda makes me. So, let me answer 2 more questions, and then I got to go because I got to film another episode for this evening. Any word on any upcoming Spider-Man omnibus aside from the reprint of the Amazing Spider-Man Volume 2? I am not at liberty to say, but all I can say is stay tuned to the channel for further announcements. I'm sure you'll be happy. And one more question. Let's see. All right, this is a comic book related question, but that's okay. I can take it. Yeah, and I saw that it's going to be released on HBO. That's crazy. Like the HBO same day as movie theaters. What the hell? That's crazy. So I guess we're going to see where this goes. Yeah, that's somebody I really want to talk to is Tom DeFalco. I do have an interview tomorrow. I forgot. I'm interviewing, if everything goes well, a comic book artist writer tomorrow. And then next week I'm interviewing one of my favorite writers. I don't like to say who yet because in case things fall through. But tomorrow I should be having an interview, and then next week. So, last question: Omar? Would you ever do a Was It That Good series and do a DC animated film you could do under the Red Hood and call it Was It That? Probably, yeah. I'm waiting on my my co-host to come back, Amanda. She's taking a little break from watching movies to focus on family life. So when she comes back, of course we will. It's not Chris Claremont, but I do need to reach out to see if he wants to come back. I'd love to talk to him again. Everybody, thank you all so much for joining me. Please don't forget to hit like and subscribe if you haven't subscribed yet. We are on Redbubble, Patreon, and amazing ways to support the channel. And thank you to our existing patrons. Don't forget to check out our sponsor, cheapgraphicnovels.com. They have a Thanksgiving sale still. Tell them that Near Mint Condition sent you their way, and get books up to 50% off, sometimes 90% off right now with their big sale. And thank you all. And if you have any questions, if you're not watching this live, please leave those in the comments section. I will catch you all later. Stay healthy, stay safe, everybody. Much love.